So welcome everyone. We have a lot of registrations for the call. People just still coming on now. That's it. Hello, Mum. And welcome to Your Body is Talking, but Are You Listening? And it's probably the most common thing that I'm asked in classes is, how do I talk to my body? How do I know my body is talking back to me? What's it saying? How do I even know that it's really my body? Maybe I'm just making it up. Maybe it's my imagination. I know. Settle down. So we have this hour. You can ask questions. There's a little chat box at the side. You can type your questions in. You can ask them out loud. How much fun can we have? So let's begin. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Shauna Teaken. Some people call me the Happy Mouth Girl because I'm the, not only am I an Access Consciousness 3-day Body Class Facilitator and CF, I'm also the worldwide coordinator and facilitator of Happy Mouth Generative Energetic Dentistry. And the two things go together very well. They Happy Mouth grew out of Access from a dentist, Dr. Tom Colso, attending Access classes for many years. And as you know, really the target of Access is for us to know that we know and for us to use questions to expand our awareness. And through expanding your awareness, you get to know more about what interests you, whatever that is. So for the dentist, it was about teeth. And interestingly enough, it's about rejuvenating bodies, which is very kind of my thing. That's what I'm interested in. But today I'd really like to get to something that if you can begin to play with this, if you can begin to practice it just a little bit at a time, could change absolutely everything for you. Because if you start with the body, your money flows will change. Your relationships will change. You and your body, that's the core relationship, you and your body. So if you can begin with your body in a very gentle, soft and subtle way, not a punishing hard way, some amazing things will show up which you may think are magical, but actually your body is magical. Don't tell anyone. It's a big secret. Your body is completely magical. Without your body, you can't enjoy this lovely planet. Without a body, you can't taste food, you can't feel a baby in your arms. Without a body, you can't drive a car. So money is about the body. Only the body requires things that money can buy. Pleasure is about the body. And for thousands of years, lots of us, and I'll put up my hand, have been doing the spiritual thing of becoming enlightened and working towards God and getting back to God in all the millions of different ways that you can do that. And what all of those religions and institutions have in common is that you must learn to overcome your body. You must learn to overcome the desires of your body. That the body is something that is like a wild animal that you have to tame and control. The only way to get to God has been, for a very long time, to restrain your body, hold it back. It's been considered sinful to indulge the pleasures of the flesh, as they're called, which would include not just sex, but food, music, dancing, adorning your body. Oh my God, that was a sin for a long time, adorning your body. Adorning your body is a sin, like wearing beautiful pearls, having your hair unbound. You know, we forget as women that for a really, really long time, once you were married, you could not wear your hair out anymore. Your hair had to be bound back. Only a young woman could have the joys of her hair being unbound. Once you were married, that was it. It's all over for you. No, not really. So let's begin with, where shall we begin? The language of the body. If you're expecting to ask your body a question and it responds with words, It doesn't usually. If you're asking your body, body, what would you like? It doesn't usually say, I'll have a cup of tea, thanks, white with 2 sugars. The language of the body is energy. And here's the major thing that kind of, I don't like to use the word separate, but the difference between humanoids and humans, that access consciousness conversation we have, we humanoids are, we work from the subtleties and the fineness of nuance and energy. Awareness comes to us like a baby's breath. It is so subtle and so fast. Most of reality out there is based on intensity. Unless you can feel it, it's not real. You got to feel the burn, baby. When I was back in the 70s and 80s teaching exercise classes, it was all about feel the burn. No pain, no gain. The reality that's out there around us is all about the intensity. You have to feel it to know that it's real. You have to see it to believe it. We actually don't function from that naturally. We naturally function from a very fine whisper of energy. So when you at first begin to communicate with your body or ask your body questions, it's really easy to miss the response. It's very subtle. And the changes can be quite subtle. Now, the changes can be fast too, that's true, but mostly they're a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. So I would suggest that you have as a target, I will practice this a little bit at a time until I get the value of this for me. And then you'll have your wings. It's a little step every day. It's just a little step every day. And if you forget, that's okay. If you forget to ask your body, if you forget to ask your body a question like, truth body, are you hungry? Because that's a really great question. If you ask your body, it might be breakfast time, it might be lunchtime, it might be dinner time. You ask your body, hey body, are you hungry? And your body says yes. You don't go, yay, let's eat. There's another question. The next question is, so truth body, truth, do you require to eat? So your body has said, yes, I'm hungry. And then you say, do you require to eat? Now often, surprisingly often, you'll get a no. And you go, hungry, but doesn't require to eat. So everywhere that we have equated hunger, hungry, and everything we associate with hunger, which is an empty belly and a grumble, blah, 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 and I feel faint, I have to eat. Everything that you've identified as hunger, would you like to destroy and uncreate all that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Because what we identify as hunger, the body has as space. The empty feeling in your gut is actually energy moving. And for your body, that is the desirable place to be. Your body loves the energy, the space. So the question has to be, do you require to eat? And if you get a no, guess what? Don't eat. Just play with it. Next question is, do you require to drink? Because bodies often will require liquid rather than food. And then you might have a list. Now, top of your list might be champagne, I don't know. It might be gin and tonic. Water, juice, tea, coffee. Just run down the list. Which one? The one that is light for you or the one that you go towards is the one that you have. Play with that. Many of you will know the story of Danielle Carter, who is the lady, the amazing access facilitator of Right Body for You, and who wrote the book Right Body for You along with Gary Douglas. I was very privileged to host Danielle in Australia a few years ago. And I asked her, how did she do that? What she did was halved her body weight. Now, she doesn't give you a figure. She doesn't say I weighed this much and then I weighed that. She just says, I halved my body weight. In the book, she says, in 6 months. Now, Danielle said to me, it actually only took 3 months, but she didn't write that because she didn't think anyone would believe her. And I said, well, like, what did you do? Now, she didn't hire a personal trainer. She didn't go on a liquid, one of those things where you tear the top off the sachet and you put the stuff in water and you beat it up and you drink it and it's like a milkshake. She didn't do that. She simply asked her body what it wanted to eat. And if it didn't want to eat, they didn't eat. And if it did want to eat, she gave it what it was going towards. So she said some days it was M&Ms and other days it was a steak and chips, whatever it was. The thing that she told me that is why I'm telling you this story, that there was an enthusiasm and a joy in that 3 months unlike anything she'd had so far in her life. There was just a thrill of adventure in that. Would you be willing to go on the adventure without any point of view where it leads you? No projection, no expectation of you have to be a certain weight, you have to look a certain way, you have to fit into a particular item of clothing. And everything that brings up for you where you have a sense of, oh my God, if I let my body choose, I might end up being as big as an elephant, or I might die, or something horrible would happen. Will you uncreate and destroy all that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So here's the thing. Your natural capacity, you and your body's natural capacity is to heal and not just regenerate itself, but generate itself. Your body was actually designed to live many, many hundreds of years in a very vital, youthful, vivacious, lively way. Not in an increasingly old and decrepit way. And most people, if you say, would you like to live to be 100, go, oh my God, okay, maybe 120. And they go, oh, I know what 100 looks like. I don't think I'm really willing to go to 120. I don't want to be that feeble and old. So what if you just had a possibility, so you don't have to believe this 100%, it's not about belief, but just the possibility that perhaps that's possible. Would you be willing to, well, let's ask, truth, would your body be willing to live beyond 100 years or more? 200 years or more? 300 years or more? 400 years or more? 500 years or more? Many people find that they can go on 800 years or more. And then everything, well, just for a start, everything that brings up, will you uncreate and destroy it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Because, in our reality, you're supposed to work and then have, we call it superannuation or a retirement fund or a pension that you kind of calculate, see, I'll retire when I'm 65, and if I'm lucky, I'll live to be 85 or 90. So I need to have 25 to 30 years of moderate living expenses until I die. And then you go, well, you're going to live to 500. You go, wow, I haven't got enough money to live that long. This is called indefinite living, guys. It's the total adventure. You see, if you can create and generate your body to be vital, youthful, full of joy and laughter and silliness for hundreds and hundreds of years, does it make sense you might be able to create the money you need to enjoy that? Just play with me a bit here, guys, because this is the whole thing. Your body is your, what's a way of describing it? Creative vehicle, if you like, for enjoying this embodiment here. So everything that comes up when I speak about that, all the points of view from all of your thousands of lifetimes that say things like, well, that's unfair, you should just, what's that thing? Play the hand you're dealt. God gave you 70 years, you should be happy with that. Pod and pock, pod and pock, pod and pock. The other old chestnut I hear is, all my friends and family will be dead. Oh, well, you can always get new friends, and your family could choose something else too. And here's the thing, most of them are going to be coming back in other bodies anyway. How's it getting better than that? You have to laugh. Laughter is the key to changing everything. You know that, don't you? So let's come back to where I began, which is the language of the body. Everywhere that you have some idea that the language of the body is totally foreign to you, it's not a language you grew up with. You've just got your, whatever your birth language was, English, and you don't get body talk. Will you uncreate and destroy all that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. I've actually got a proper clearing here somewhere. Everything you've done to believe that your body is foreign. Wow, so your body is from another country. Your body is alien and foreign to you, and it speaks a foreign language which you don't understand. Wow. Will you uncreate and destroy all of that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Oh my goodness. So here's a little trick. You know, when you're running someone's bars, I hope you all run bars on each other. It's my #1 anti-aging, de-stressing tool. You know that if you've been running bars for a while, your body has actually stopped aging. Did you know that? I'm waiting for the penny to drop. I'm waiting for you all to go, what? What is she saying? Yes. If you've been having your bars run regularly for a while, it's more than likely your body has stopped aging already. Now, if you're not seeing that in the mirror, it's because what you see in the mirror is a projection of all your expectations, all your judgments, everything that you've assumed about yourself. If you know that when you went to bed last night you were 59 years old, like me, when you wake up in the morning the next day, it just makes common sense that you're 59 years old and 1 day, right? Not less. That's the expectation that creates the image that you see. And we as infinite beings are so powerful that whatever we assume, whatever we project, whatever we judge comes to be. Our body is amazing. Truth be told, your body is a bit like the genie in the bottle. What does the genie in the bottle do? Anything the master says, the genie in the bottle says, your wish is my command, so shall it be. So when you look in the mirror and you go, oh my God, oh, look at me, wrinkles, old age, blah, 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 fat bottom, whatever it is, your body goes, oh, okay. The molecules are listening. The molecules will bring that into the future for you to create more of what you've asked for. So what do? You look in the mirror and you go, hey, beautiful, what else is possible for us today? What would we like to create? I'm going all over the place here. There must be a lot of energy on this call. Thanks, people. So here's the thing. Judgment does not create. So if you're looking at yourself, at your body shape, your body weight, your body age, anything about your body, and you're judging it, you can't change it. So how do you not judge it? Well, you don't do that thing that's been around for years that says you've got to learn to love yourself. You've got to learn to love your body. Love as in L-U-R-V, the American. Loving it. You've got to love it before it can change. That's actually not true. You don't have to learn to love anything. You don't have to learn to accept anything. You can have no point of view about it. You can look in the mirror and look at your body and go, wow, interesting creation that I've created here. What would I like to change? Now, if you say, I'd like to change my fat ass, that's not necessarily a judgment. It could be the truth. If you say, I'd like to grow more hair, I'd like to lose some weight, those things are awarenesses that that's what you'd like to change. So you put it into a question. Remember where it's access consciousness here. You put it into a question. The question would be, so body, because you're working with your body, right? So body, what's it going to take for us to change this hair falling out, or this dry skin, or this jelly belly? Show me, body. Your body knows exactly what is required to have a body that's brimming with joy, with pleasure, with energy and vitality. Now, it may not look exactly like you're projecting your image of joy and vitality with your body. Now, my age is showing as I say this, may be a Baywatch body, because, you know, I was in my 30s in the 80s, so we all go back to our heyday, right? A Baywatch body may be your dream. That may not be the most luscious, delicious, full of vitality and joy body that you can have. You may be able to have something far more expansive than that. Now, I don't mean more expansive as in bigger, but it might be. You have to have no point of view. You also have to realize that you can change anything. Nothing is forever. If what is showing up is not exactly what you'd like, you can change it. It's all very mutable and changeable, right? This is not about calories in, exercise burn, results in smaller body. That's actually not how our bodies work at all, at all, at all, at all. Here's another thing people often say to me. If only I could weigh the weight I weighed on my wedding day. If only I could get back to my goal weight, whatever that was. Here's the thing, people. Do I have a question? I have someone that's not muted. Okay. So, if you're dreaming about going back to, I'm laughing because I still have my wedding outfit from 30 years ago in the wardrobe, and I couldn't possibly fit into that today. But guess what? Energetically, you can't fit back into that body either. You, the being, have grown, you have expanded. In order for you, and just imagine that now, just get the energy of what it would be like and what you were like at the age of, say, 20. Have an awareness of the density of you then, and have an awareness of where you are now. The amount of force and effort it would take you to match physically where you were then would be so unkind to your body. People do it, it is possible, but it's not a kindness. So where we're coming from now is, how can you nurture and be kind with your body, for your body, to your body? Here's a very interesting thing I've discovered. I dare you to play with this tool. Whenever I have chosen to do something lovely for my body, whether it's been a massage, a facial, a lovely dress I've really desired, not just go and buy socks and undies because you need them, but something really lovely, the money that I have put out for that I have paid for that service or that thing, has come back to me very, very quickly, almost exactly to the dollar. So, for example, if I've spent $342 on something or $15 on something, it is astonishing how I'll get home and that money will be in my account, or I'll get a call from a client or something, that money will reappear. Money does follow joy. When your body is joyful and happy, your money flows will expand. But only you know what is joyful and happy making for your body. I always suggest that you get brutally honest with yourself. Now, that's not where you weigh yourself, measure yourself, you look in the mirror and decide all your bad points. Brutally honest with you is where you write on a piece of paper exactly what you would like to create. Write down everything. Write down all the things you'd like to do and be and have. No one's ever going to read it. It's private. It's just for you. This is if you could have all your Christmases come at once, what would you choose? And then start to ask, which of those would you actually like to begin generating? Because here's a secret. It's not really a secret. We talk about it in Access all the time, but you may have missed it. The moment you have, I'll say, thought about something or had an awareness of something you'd like to create, it is actually already created. It exists as a possibility. All that it takes for you to actualize that, so have it physically show up, is question and contribution. It's already been created. It already exists. All that will change the fact that it's there in the future and you're here in the present moment, the bridge of that gap is continuing to ask questions and using your awareness. And you know what else it takes? The C word. And a lady never uses the C word. My mother told me. My mother's online. What's the C word, ladies? Commitment. It takes commitment. Go, whatever shows up, whatever it takes, I'm going there. I'm having that thing. And know that the moment you choose that, yes, all of your points of view will be brought smack bang up in your face for you to look at that are not allowing you to have it. What do? You poke and pod them. You go, oh, interesting point of view that I have that interesting point of view. Here's an example. And a lot of these you don't realize that you've got these points of view limiting you. One that I discovered that I had was, no matter how much money I make, it's never enough. Now, I never consciously out loud thought that thought, but it just seemed to be, and I was telling someone about my money situation, this was a while ago, a year or two ago, and they said, what? I said, well, it doesn't matter how much comes in, it's never enough. Oh my goodness. You could then ask, well, whose point of view is that? Was it my father's? Was it my mother's? In the long run, it doesn't matter who I got it from, where I learned it, how I picked it up. The point is, would I like to change it? Oh my goodness, yes. So everything that is, pod and pock, uncreate and destroy it all. Right, wrong, good, bad. Pod, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yes, someone just said, could you demand of yourself? Yes, you do demand of yourself. You can't demand of the universe, but you can demand of yourself. It may be intense. You know, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Doesn't mean easy. Ease doesn't mean easy. You may have to work bloody hard. I was telling someone the other day, like I'm barely home for a month at a time now. I travel so much. You know, I got back from Tokyo 2 weeks ago. I go to Europe next week for 5 weeks. It's pretty constant. Oh, that train of thought just left the station. Okay. Don't know why I was even going to tell you that. Wow. Oh, okay. So part of that is, it's not like I've got this huge bank of money sitting there that I go, yeah, I'm just going to, as I create, as I go, as I choose, the money shows up. You get on a roll, and it's the same with your body. Now, if there are things that you are not happy about with your body, there is some very, very simple things that you can do on a daily basis that will make a difference. Humanoid bodies, that's us guys, actually have different requirements to human bodies. We really, really, really require movement, and a lot of it. We were designed to be moving and dancing and being active all day long. Doesn't necessarily mean exercise. It doesn't necessarily mean putting on some leotards or some running gear. It doesn't mean anything. What it is finding what you actually love, what you absolutely enjoy. Now, you may go, well, I love going running, but I haven't been running for a long time, or my weight is such now, or I've hurt my knee, or I've hurt my back, I can't go running anymore. Therefore, I will not. No, okay? You start with where you're at. If all you can manage is 5 minutes, walk around the block of where you live, do that. If all you can manage is put the radio on, or your favorite music, radio, see, there's my age showing. Nobody listens to the radio, do they? Put some music on and dance for 5 minutes. Get one of those mini trampolines that you can bump up and down on. no stress on the joints, but make a commitment that you are going to move your body. Our bodies have a far greater requirement for oxygen. You get oxygen in by moving and breathing. If you would, well, you know, if you'd walk for an hour a day, your whole body shape would change in 6 months. If you would spend 1 hour a day totally nurturing you and doing something fun, even if it was finger painting, your financial situation would completely revolutionize in 6 months. There are very, very simple things that you could do today that actually don't cost any money at all. They require nothing. What I love about, I'm a walker. I love going out walking because you don't actually need any special gear. No, I could be going to the shop to buy a loaf of bread or a pint of milk. Nobody knows I'm exercising. Nobody knows if I stop, if I go further, if I go shorter. Whereas if you go to the gym, it's obvious that you're supposed to be working out, right? That's just me. So that's key number 1, moving your body every single day. Questions? Please interrupt me. I will just rabbit on unless you ask me or put something. Hello, who's that?
It's Sharon.
Hello, Sharon.
From Cairns.
From Cairns.
Okay, so my question is pretty much like just a little summary. So is that I love my body. It's done me really well until about 3 or 4 years ago. I hate this label, chronic fatigue, but that's probably what it is. And and I also get a lot of temperature things. You know, I'm cold a lot and all that sort of stuff. I've had my thyroid checked. I'm like you, I'm a massage therapist, and, you know, I have 3/4 of a naturopathic degree, and, you know, and I danced and all of that sort of stuff, and somehow or other this has stopped working, and I thought I did listen to my body, and now I'm in a catch-22 situation.
Okay, so let's go back to the label, chronic fatigue syndrome.
I hate it.
Yeah.
It's an easy way of explaining it to you.
Yes, I understand completely. And it's what medical science or doctors have come up with to describe, I would call it common humanoid experience. There is actually no chronic fatigue syndrome as such. Your adrenals cannot be exhausted. As an infinite being, it's just a handy way of diagnosing, but it tends to itself, once you label it, encapsulate you. So everything that's been projected at you, not that this will run on anyone else.
Oh, no, nobody's projected it. I just started using it in the last couple of months because I never said it before that. It's just an easier way of explaining it to people.
Okay, all right. So could we...
I hate the label.
Okay. Could I ask you some questions then?
Sure.
So truth, and this may be... Okay, let me just ask it. So truth, is this actually a capacity that you're using against yourself? Yes or no?
Yes. Wow, that's an interesting question.
Okay, so you might go, how could this be? All this, how can it be? So if you have an amazing, truth, do you have amazing capacities with bodies?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Part of that is, let me use it in another way that might make it easier to get at. For someone who has always got money issues or money problems, so this is not you, Sharon, but I'm using a fictitious example, although it applies to lots of people. Someone who always seems to have money issues, no matter what they do, they never seem to get ahead, they lose money or they don't make much money, they're always woeful about money. It could well be that that person actually has an incredible capacity to create and generate and make tons of money. When you have a capacity, it's like you vibrate about money, and anyone around you that has any kind of limitations or points of view around money, you pick up, it's not exactly this, but you pick up their wavelengths and you institute that as an energy flow in your life. And suddenly find, oh my God, where'd all my money go? Oh my goodness, I lost that job. Oh. So perhaps, I don't know if this is true for you, but perhaps your amazing capacities with bodies, which we don't quite know what that looks like at the moment, means that whenever you're around people whose bodies are screaming for help, you are going, oh, okay. And your body, so you're at the effect of that, of what's going on.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me. Okay. Another one was that I'm tired of this reality's crap.
Well, you might want to watch your languaging there. So everywhere that you go, I'm tired or I'm sick and tired of, your body will create that. So you have to start saying, what else is possible, or how does it get any better than that? Just stick any question in that space that you can think of, even if it's through gritted teeth. What else is possible for us, lovely body? What would we like to create and generate?
Yeah.
And get that list happening of what is it you'd like to be doing?
Well, in an example, last night I went to the bars, and then when I came home from the bars, I was supposed to get on the website and book a plane trip, and then instead I just wanted to go to sleep, so I thought I'd do it this morning to go to do a foundation, and because it's a bit it's like catch-22. I'm frightened that I end up in the airport with a big headache and rugged up and stuff, like with all these odd symptoms that happened. It's getting out of control.
So would you be willing to be out of control?
Well, no, I don't like it in public. Suddenly you can't see because you've got a big headache all of a sudden and stuff like that.
So what does being out of control mean to you?
Oh, helplessness.
Yeah. Okay. So what if out of control actually means you're no longer controlled by stuff? It doesn't mean, crazy.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yes.
So everywhere, and there'll be other people on this call that will really relate to this, everywhere that you've misidentified and misapplied what out of control actually means, will you uncreate and destroy that, please?
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Out of control means you cannot be controlled even by your own points of view or other people's limitations. It doesn't mean crazy person, all over the place, you've lost it.
I love being crazy. I'm happy with that. I'm happy being too much for the universe.
Okay, so let's get some ease for your body. I remember where I was before. Thank you, brought me back there. So here's something that Sharon, you could do right now, but everyone online, I suggest you do. You know, when we go to run someone's bars, we do an energy pull for their body. Well, you can do an energy pull for your body. So what you do is you open up the top of your head and pull energy through your body, really dynamically, like a tsunami, down your body, out your feet, and let the energy go through the building you're in into the earth. And keep it flowing and pull harder, 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 harder. More energy through your body. Now let that energy go out even further than your body, so you're not just sitting in a little narrow beam of energy. Keep it flowing, more, 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 more. And now pull earth energy up through your feet. Just tickle the soles of your feet with your awareness. Open up the energy centers in the soles of your feet and allow yourself to receive earth energy. Pull it up through your legs, through your knees, your bottom, your tummy, your chest, up and out the top of your head, whoosh, like a big fountain, down your arms, out your hands. Have as much as you like. There's no shortage. Earth energy is the energy of nature. It's what we call sexualness. It's nurturing. It's healing. It's revitalizing. It's very relaxing. And any lifetime where you have not been allowed or you've been forbidden from having access to these energies, let's recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, revoke, reclaim, uncreate and destroy anything, all those vows and oaths and promises that you would never let this energy run through your physical body again. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. You know, all of the churches and religions forbade people. They stopped people having ecstasy unless it was considered a divine ecstasy. They stopped people playing the music, the actual chord in music that would bring ecstasy to the physical body. And then it all came back with rock and roll, which is one of the most sexy, ecstatic making music that the planet has ever had. Original rock and roll.
64 beats a minute or something.
Yeah, but and it's so much more than that, because what we are is an acoustical vibration. We're a wave.
Yeah.
We're a never-ending. But this reality is a stop-start reality. It's electrical. It's on, off, on, off, on, off. You're either old or you're young. You're either menstrual or menopausal. We don't function in that reality very well. We are just an ongoing, wonderful flow of energy. So everywhere that you, Sharon, have not been allowing yourself to have full access to that delicious, delightful sexualness, and you see religion has told us that that's about sex and that's evil, but sex is just a very small part of sexualness. Sexualness is a cat, is the sun on your skin, is a baby's hand. It's the whole embodiment. So all the lifetimes for all of you where you have made a vow or a promise or a contract not to have the pleasures of the body, where you vowed to be poor, chaste, obedient, maybe silent, maybe still, is now the time that you actually revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, reclaim, uncreate, and destroy all of those vows. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Because here's the funny thing, guys. The continuance of our earth in a sustainable, vital, generative way depends on the amount of happiness and vitality in our bodies. And we've been taught the opposite. We've been taught that we draw our vitality from the earth. Actually, the earth requires us to be vital, alive, and happy. The earth is a part of our embodiment. It's meant to be the being, your body, and the earth together. So as you pull that earth energy up through your body, let it go through every cell in your body. As the energy comes through the top of your head, ask for the vibration of gold. Now my mother and I have been running this gold vibration, we first learned it in 1987, 30 years. Allow the vibration of gold to enter every cell of your body. And have it knock gently at the cell doors and say, cells, cells, open up. And allow the cells to open, and everything that you've been storing, hoarding, or saving in your cells for thousands and millions of years, all the judgment, all the toxic, let this gold energy empty it all out and just carry it out of your body into the earth. The earth will recycle that energy, and allow your cells to remember what's possible. Recall what's possible. Cells were designed to reproduce in a youthful, vital fashion, but somehow the cell memory has become damaged or deformed. So instead of fresh new cells all the time, we get aged cells. Expand, expand, expand. So allow the cells in your bones, that's it, to reset themselves. Allow the cells in your muscles, your whole body, reset your skin, your eyes, your digestive system. And this energy is the vibration of health. Gold is health and wealth. It's the energy which vibrates or resonates most closely with the physical body and the earth. Allow it to be a delicious, like a nectar or an elixir or a balm, to your nervous system. So your brain, your spinal cord, all the nerves that go to every part of your body, all your glandular systems, your hormonal systems, and ask your body for whatever hormones, known and unknown, that your body requires right now to be functioning, flowing, let's call it harmoniously, kind of like a song. So if your growth hormones have turned off or diminished because you're over 30, allow your growth hormones to turn back on. You want to be able to grow new teeth. You want to be able to grow fresh cells. Allow your digestive system to receive this energy. And allow your being as well as your body to expand into this energy. Now, if you know that there's an area of your body where you've had some stuff going on, allow the gold energy to very gently go there. Now, while you're in this delicious space, everything you've done to not acknowledge the wisdom of your body, and that you actually can tap into your body's awareness and wisdom anytime you like, and you can actually have the phenomenons of your body's awareness. Your body knows exactly what food it requires in any moment. It knows exactly what sunshine, what drink, what clothes, what people. It knows. Way beyond all your fixed points of view about health and health food and disease and all that stuff. Uncreate and destroy anything that doesn't allow you to have that acknowledgement of your body's wisdom. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, how many people in your life have looked at you and your body without judgment? Has anybody ever looked at you without judgment? And how many of us have never looked at ourselves without judgment? So all the, we call them PES juniors, all the projections, expectations, separations, judgments, rejections that have been towards you from others and that you've had of yourself, would you simply uncreate and destroy them all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So Sharon, for you, what if what you have going on is actually an amazing amount of awareness? It's not a wrongness and it's not a problem.
Yeah, it's just confusing because I'm aware of the fact my body is a brilliant awareness tool, and I'm going, oh, why are you choosing to do this now? You know, like, you know, the headaches or whatever, and you ask for it to stop. That's what I mean. It gets confused.
It does yeah, it does. So the thing is, you can't stop the awareness. You can't turn the awareness off, but you can ask your body to turn the volume down and to say, okay, what is this body? What do I do with it? Can I change it? You know, your 4 basic questions. What is this? And if you get the answer like, oh, well, it's Mrs. McGillicuddy next door, or it's my mother, or it's something I watched on TV last night, you can go, wow, well, everything that is, I can uncreate and destroy it all. And then you expand, expand, expand. So everyone right now, how far out would you have to go? And particularly you, Sharon, how far out would you have to go with your energy to not have these symptoms so strongly in your body? 1,000 miles? 10,000 miles?
Oh, I see. Whenever I go to looking at expanding, then I feel like I'm expanding, you know, receiving everything and judging nothing. And then I'm thinking all those other aches and pains that I might have, like the painful hips and the sick guts and all that sort of stuff. I'm a little bit.
So can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Truth, are you healing somebody else's body? In particular.
A particular person?
Well, you don't have to think of the person. It's just a yes or no question. So is your body attempting to heal somebody else's body?
Oh, I'm getting mud on that. I'm not certain.
Okay. Okay. Are you trying to heal someone who's no longer on the planet, no longer in a body at present?
Wow. Yeah, maybe my mum. Yeah.
She's passed over?
Yeah, just last year, yes.
Well, that's kind of you to keep on healing her.
Yeah, I've got this thing. That's one of the things at Catch-22 where I wanted to go and learn BMM and run BMM on my very much loved mum. But yeah, I think I need to run that.
Okay, but she's passed away now, so she's fine.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't have a body anymore that needs healing.
Yeah.
So would you be willing to stop trying to heal her body which no longer exists anymore?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. And anything that doesn't allow that, will you uncreate and destroy it all, please?
Yes,
Right,
thank
wrong,
you.
right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Here's a little trick, guys. If you've got something going on and it doesn't seem to be changing or improving no matter what questions you ask or what you do, you have to ask, truth, does it belong to somebody else? Because if it's not yours to begin with, you can't change it. You can only let it go.
Yes, that was the Catch-22 thing. It's like you're saying, move and stuff. I mean, dancing and all that sort of stuff. I love doing that. But for a while there, I was on crutches because I had a foot operation and all these other things. It's like the Catch-22 when you're feeling sick and
Yep.
you know, you can't go and dance and all those sorts of things. It's like, how do you get from? And then when you're tired, it's harder to ask questions. And
Absolutely.
there was the Catch-22 and the confusion
Yep.
that surrounds that, and I'm sure it surrounds other people that have weight problems where they go to the fridge and then they get confused by the chocolate and all of that stuff. That was really the heart of the questions.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up. And I guess then the thing is to find joy in the simplest of things. Like for me, it's music. If I can put whatever the music is on, I don't have to move to it, just hearing it or singing. You know, singing is one of the most powerful healing tools. And we as a nation, as a culture, we don't sing much. I don't know about you guys around the world, but nobody goes to church anymore, but people used to sing in church. That's a wonderful thing. They used to sing at home around the piano. Everyone was in choirs and sing. No one sings anymore except us crazy people who sing in the shower and in our cars. But singing, actually, the harmonics of the sound actually tones and heals the body.
Oh, yes.
So that's something that people can do even if they can't get out of bed.
Yeah, I sing. And I sing with choirs, and music's a big part of me. That's what I'm saying. All of this stuff, all these normal parameters that you do, attitudes and everything haven't. This is all weird shit.
And you know what, Sharon? It might have to be what's in your book that you write. For people, well, for people who are where you have been, and I'd start making a journal and writing down what changes things for you on a daily basis. How can you use it to your advantage? Our bodies are our greatest facilitators. They are always pushing us towards acknowledging ourselves, a new awareness. It's often not until that has passed, the intensity, that you can look back and go, oh, because of all of that, I am now where I am, but I couldn't see it at the time.
Yeah, cool.
You get it? Okay, great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anyone else that would like to ask a question, or shall I just keep rolling along? I'll just keep rolling along. So I work a lot with the elementals. Some of you might have heard about what the elementals are. The elementals are the basic units of consciousness that are in everything. Everything around you is alive. Most of us know elementals from plants, flowers, animals, trees. It's more of a nature magic thing. We call them divas and fairies and nymphs and sprites and things like that. But that it's actually the basic units of consciousness which, when you ask for their assistance, will always assist you when it's to do with consciousness. Now, that doesn't mean they won't assist you with money, because you personally having more money is an expansion of consciousness. It's you expanding your receiving, and then what you do with the money is change other people's realities. So the way the elementals work is that you make a request of them, say for your body, and it's the quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglements is how the molecules speak to each other. So the quantum entanglements are engaged when you say, what else is possible? The quantum entanglements are engaged when you say, I hate my life. Because the quantum entanglements will start echoing, I hate my life, I hate my life, I hate my life. Each molecule speaking to the next like a domino effect until you get more of hating your life. I don't have enough money. Quantum entanglements. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. The echo, knock-on effect, till you get to the future where you've got even more of, I don't have enough money. So the trick is, instead, when you catch yourself making those pronouncements, thinking those statements, is to go, and what else is possible? What would it take for tons of cash to show up today? What would it take for my body to be filled with ease, flexibility, youthful exuberance? Put some words to it. My favorite question at the moment is, and I can write this or I can send it to you all, what generative capacity for the instant solidification of the elementals, okay, instant solidification means bringing it into physical actualization, into reality by request of the quantum entanglements, which is how everything is connected in the universe, fulfilled as more money than I've ever had and constantly growing. So I'm asking, what capacity do I have with this that I can now create, generate, and institute? You could ask, fulfilled as the body I have always desired. You could ask for a body filled with youthful vitality and happiness. Because we're not talking about turning back the clock. You get that, don't you? We're not going back to something you had before. We're going forward to something completely new and different. I've got one written down here. It's beautiful. What generative capacity for the instant solidification of the elementals into reality by request of the quantum entanglements, fulfilled as the power and potency I have never been willing to be and receive, and I am now capable of generating, creating, and instituting. Anything that doesn't allow that to show up, uncreate and destroy it all, right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So I've kind of gone off on a bit of a segue there. I want to get back to what we're actually talking about. How do you know when it's your body speaking to you? The way that your body speaks is very subtle and it's energetic. You may miss it, it's so fast. So when you ask your body, truth body, are you hungry? It's almost instantaneous.
Apologies to all.
Yes, Susanna.
Apologies to all. I have been disconnected from internet, so I will do recording for the rest then, if that's all right.
Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. A lot of energy on the call. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's Susanna in Czech Republic. So, yes, so your body will respond very quick. You've got to catch it. If you miss it, I often say, hang on a minute, rewind, replay that and slow it down. You did get an awareness. It was very fast. For example, when you're choosing something to eat, usually the first thing, if you're opening a menu in a cafe or a restaurant, the first thing your eye goes to will be the thing that your body desires. Now, the thing is, we have so many points of view about what we like, what we don't like, what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat, what we're allergic to, what we're sensitive to. You know, it's not on the blood type diet, it's not on the Atkins diet, it's not on the ketogenic diet, it's blah, 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 blah. You have to go past all of those points of view. If, this has actually occurred for me, the first thing that your eye went to on a menu was, what's that kind of, it's a espresso martini. So it's a martini made with coffee. I've never had one of those in my life, and that's what my body chose. And I just flipped past it and went to something else. And when I got what I'd ordered, which I thought my body wanted, I went to take a bite and I was like, oh, I don't even feel like eating this. But usually we go, oh, well, I've chosen it, I'm paying for it, I better eat it, right? Would you be willing to go, no, I'm not eating this? Who did you order for? In this case, it was very funny because I was sitting next to a man who's a bodybuilder, this wonderful, big, beautiful body full of muscles. I'm going down the menu. Oh, I can't have an espresso martini for lunch. That's just so decadent. I have to have food, right? No. So I ordered the steak and the salad. My steak and salad came, and it was a beautiful steak. I just couldn't eat it. And when I was asked, who did your body order for? It was the wonderful big bodybuilder next to me. He had ordered a steak with prawns on top or shrimp and the works and the jerks, the whole big thing. So your body will be more aware of and more able to interpret all of the bodies around you than your own body. This is why I say take it slowly, take it delicately, be very gentle with yourself. It's a process over time. You will get to the point where you'll just know, you and your body together, what you'd like to eat or not eat. But while you're training, it's a bit like training for a marathon. You don't go out and run the 26 miles the first day. You take it step by step by step. If you make a mistake, usually you'll know it because you'll go, oh, you'll have a bit of indigestion after you've eaten the thing or drunk the thing that you knew that isn't what your body required. It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter how many times you fall off the wagon. It's whether or not you get back on the wagon. There's a few things to be aware of. Cravings, for example. If you have cravings for sugar or chocolate, instead of just immediately going and getting some sugar or chocolate in whatever form, ask some more questions. Often a craving for sugar is actually an oxygen deficiency. Your body needs more oxygen. How do you get more oxygen? You move. Get up and walk around, skip rope, I don't know, dance, walk around the block. Do something to get your muscles moving, your body moving. Do some yoga, do some deep breathing. Sugar cravings are often oxygen deficiency. You are not moving your body enough. If it's a chocolate craving, sometimes it can be that there is an open or broken or crossed circuit in your wiring, let's call it, in your energetic wiring in your body. Caffeine or chocolate will often temporarily fix that for you. Temporarily. But it's not the answer. You may need to get your bars run. You may need to get some body work done. You can do body work on yourself, don't forget. And why would you not run some MTVSS on you while you're watching TV? Why waste your wonderful hands, right? So cravings, you have to ask, what is this? What's triggering me? It may be something from the past. It may be somebody else's. Bodies are very, very wise. They don't just suddenly get a craving for no reason whatsoever. So there's a few questions there. The other thing to be very aware of is that your body is actually a giant, well, it's actually a giant pleasure organ to begin with, but that's rather naughty, isn't it, to say that your body is a giant pleasure organ, not just some tiny other private part of your body. Your whole body is your pleasure organ. It should be that you can orgasm from any part of your body being touched or stimulated. Wouldn't that be embarrassing, walking down the street and the sun shining on you? How do you hide that? Anyway, But your body is like a giant satellite dish. It is your receiving organ. What you're receiving all the time is awarenesses, information from everyone and everything around you. For many of us, that was overwhelming from a very early age. It was almost too much to bear, almost too much intensity. And so we've learned to shut it down. It doesn't mean it stops. You've just learned to, what is it like? It's as if you're receiving 1,000 emails every half hour, and it's too much for you. You can't read them all. You don't want to read them all, and so you stop reading them. But they still build up. They're still all building up there. What is the answer? The answer is, well, if there's an answer, is to keep expanded. Expand, expand, expand. Take a breath, run your energy, expand. Do things which expand your energy. Have fun, whatever that is for you. Whether it's cooking, shopping, eating, playing music, dancing, whatever's fun for you, stamp collecting. The more fun you have, the more expanded you'll be in your energy every day. Be aware that 99.9% of everything that pops into your awareness is simply another email coming into your inbox. It's not yours. Just because you have an awareness doesn't mean you have to do anything with it. You can just go, wow, interesting. What would I like to choose? So see that amount of information coming in puts you in a conflictual universe where you don't know what's right, what's wrong, what to eat, what not to eat. So how many conflictual universes do you have regarding your body? What's true for your body? How to change it, how to heal it, and how to go beyond the limitations of it. Everything that is, will you uncreate and destroy it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. We have, I don't know if you know this old saying, it's called softly, softly catch your monkey. And it means with your body, you have to be so soft and gentle. It doesn't mean you baby yourself. You'll see all around you people babying themselves all the time. They baby themselves with ice cream, with chocolate, with shopping, with sex, with alcohol, with drugs, with all kinds of things. We're not doing this to stop awareness, to tone everything down. We're doing this to bring more awareness, more expansion. Be aware that we live in a reality dedicated to dumbing down or stuffing down intensity. Intensity must be avoided at all costs in this reality. Distract yourself. Don't think about it. Watch TV, eat something, drink something, have sex, go shopping. Do something to avoid awareness. We're saying if you're willing to be with the intensity and ask some questions, what is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? How do I change it? Body, what are you showing me? Body, what's it going to take to change this? That's allowing yourself to have the intensity. And you know what? That innate inner fear that we all have, that if we allowed the intensity, it might be so intense we died, or if we had the intensity, our heads might pop off, like the fembots in the Austin Powers movie. That's actually a lie. That's actually not true. If you're willing to walk into any intensity, and most people would call intensity pain, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, financial pain, relationship pain, all the kinds of pain you can have. If you're willing to just be with it, expand yourself, expand it, and just ask, what is this? If you know what it is, if you can have an awareness of what is, then you can ask some questions. What's it going to take to change this? What else is possible here? What would I like to choose? When you see bodies around you that have got interesting things going on, instead of going, oh my God, whatever happens, I'm not going to be like that, or what do I do to stop being like that? Oh no. Instead go, wow, interesting choice, bodies around me. What would we like to choose, lovely body? What would be fun for us? What would it take to have more fun today than any day so far? Elementals, assist me to know my body. Elementals, assist me to communicate with my body. Actually, your body's communicating with you all the time, constantly. Oh, my body's communicating with me right now. So here's a clearing. What energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to have total clarity and ease with changing whatever it is you want to change? I'd say with ease. So what energy, space, and consciousness can my body and I be to have total clarity and ease with changing all of this, please? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you uncreate and destroy it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. When you ask an energy, space, and consciousness question, you're actually asking the universe to show you your points of view that are limiting you. So when stuff starts to show up asking these questions, don't go, oh no, it's going wrong. I did something wrong. Oh, it's worse than before. No. It means it's working. It means you've asked, show me what it is I need to change. Show me my limitations. You're being shown them. Then you go, oh, so what is this? Who's that belong to? Oh, that's something my mother always said. Oh, that's a point of view my grandmother had. Oh my goodness. I can drop that like an old overcoat I've been wearing way too long. And we are all wearing overcoats we've been wearing way too long. The overcoats are all the points of view that we've been collecting for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. How does it get any better than that? So if you start to look at your body as your greatest facilitator that's always there, if you're still alive, your body is still there. It has your back. Your body is like the best animal friend you ever had. It's like a beautiful stallion. It's like a fabulous dog, a wonderful cat, an otter, whatever your favorite animal is, that is always there, that always has your back. And whatever you choose to do, your body goes, oh, okay, all right, off we go. Or sometimes it goes, yee, let's do that. It's a whole different point of view. Your body is not some burden. It's actually your ticket to the greatest theme park the universe has ever known. Your body is the ticket. Whether you have access to all the rides and all areas is totally up to how many points of view are you willing to let go of. How expanded are you willing to be? How vulnerable are you willing to be? How much joy are you willing to have? And are you actually brave enough to ask for what it is you truly desire? How dare you ask? Yes, exactly. What would it take? The whole future of our beautiful planet depends on your happiness. It's your job to get happy. So unless there's any questions, I think I've gone through all my clearings. We will finish. Okay, all right. Thanks, everyone. I will be in Europe from next Tuesday. I have a 3-day body class in Budapest in Hungary. And wherever I'm going with a 3-day body class, I have a Happy Mouth intro night, Happy Mouth basics class, because the Happy Mouth uses all the Access Consciousness tools. It's just a natural if you're already doing Access Consciousness. So I'm in Budapest. The weekend after next, I'll be in Southampton in the UK. I'll be in Prague. I'm going to Russia. How's it get any better than that? I'll send all the details to you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Toodles. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, Carol. Okay.
Bye.
Thanks, Sharon. Toodles.